I am trying to warn you, not with the coldness of judgment, but with the earnestness of a father who sees what you have not yet seen and does not want you to take even one more step in confusion. You are not here by accident, nor is it without reason that these words are touching you at the very moment your heart needs a clear call. There are moments in your life that carry more weight than their outward appearance suggests. On the surface, everything may still seem normal. The day continues. People keep speaking. Work goes on, but beneath that surface, quiet movements are beginning to form. I am calling you to stop, not to bind you in fear, but to draw you closer to the light before something avoidable becomes unnecessary pain. My beloved child, this is not a final effort in the sense that my mercy for you is running out, because my love does not become exhausted like human strength. But this is one of the important reminders you must not take lightly, because there are doors that, once crossed carelessly, can bring consequences far heavier than you imagine. I have whispered to you many times through feelings of uneasiness, through a heaviness in a conversation, through a small sign you saw and then dismissed, through a quiet pause that made you wonder whether you were truly going in the right direction. You sensed it, but because you were tired, because you had grown used to enduring, or because you did not want to face the truth, you convinced yourself that everything would be fine if you did not touch it. But I tell you now, not everything ignored will simply disappear. There are things that must be recognized, named, and handled with wisdom. I am speaking to you with urgency because there is a shift around you that you cannot yet see in full. There are things drifting away from the peace I want to place in your life. There are connections, words, habits, decisions, or environments quietly pulling you away from clarity. At first, they may seem small, insignificant, even covered by familiarity in a way that makes you not want to question them. But small things, when they keep accumulating in silence, will one day become a great weight upon your heart. I do not want you to realize only after everything has fallen apart. I do not want you to understand only after something precious has been wounded. I do not want you to pass through a pain that today's alertness could have helped you avoid. Understand this correctly. My beloved child, this is not fear meant to control you. I do not need to use fear to keep you near me. True love does not drive you into panic. True love pulls you out of danger with clarity. I am protecting you before something is taken away, before a direction becomes distorted, before you place your trust where purity is no longer present, before your peace is traded for something that offers only a temporary feeling of safety. What may happen ahead is not as sudden as you think. It has been seeded through many small signs, through things you tried to ignore, through moments when your heart said, something is not right. Yet, you continued walking. Today I am pulling you back so you can see it with awakened eyes. I need your attention, because what you do next matters more than you realize. One small decision can keep you from a long and exhausting road. A timely silence can protect your peace. A wise step back can prevent you from entering an unhealthy attachment. Honesty with yourself can open the door to healing you have delayed for too long. You do not need to understand every detail all at once, but you do need to stop ignoring what I am allowing you to recognize. If you remain in a posture of listening, I will give you the clarity you need. I will show you what needs to be left, what needs to wait, what needs to be laid down, and what needs to be guarded more carefully. There is something around you that is not in harmony with the peace I have been trying to place in your life. And deep within, you already know it. You have felt that discomfort in very small moments, a sentence that made your heart sink, a presence that stole your calm, a plan that made you anxious even though it looked reasonable on the outside, a habit that drained your strength while you continued calling it normal. You noticed those signs. You felt the heaviness in certain moments. Yet, you reassured yourself that perhaps you were overthinking. Perhaps it was not serious. Perhaps time would resolve it on its own. I do not want you to blame yourself for being slow to recognize it. But I do want you to stop blinding yourself to what now needs light. I am exposing what has been hidden not to hurt you, but to free you from being blindsided. Truth revealed at the right time is a gift. Even if at first it makes your heart tremble. If a connection is I'm pure, I will show you with clarity. If a path is not meant for you, I will make your heart unsettled until you are willing to stop. If an opportunity only looks good on the outside, but inwardly pulls you away from peace, I will place discernment within you, so you will not be deceived by its shine. If a habit is quietly weakening you, I will call you out of it before it takes deeper root. I do not want you to live suspicious of everything, but I do want you to know how to distinguish what comes from the light from what is merely pretending to be light. You are being warned because you are precious to me. You are being called because you are not abandoned when danger comes near. I do not turn away when I see you standing before something that could wound you. I do not remain silent when I know that a door in front of you leads to weariness instead of clean life. I do not leave you without reminders when what I have prepared for you still needs to be protected. But you must also respond with alertness. The protection meant for you is connected to your attention in this moment. If you continue living distracted, you may miss the gentle call. If you keep allowing outside noise to guide you, you may fail to notice that peace has already left a certain place in your heart. So slow down. My beloved child, let your heart become quiet before me. Look again at the things you are trying to call normal, even though they are stealing your peace. Consider who is pulling you away from purity. What is making you weary? Which choice is weighing down your heart? And which door you know you need to close? Do not react with panic. Respond with wisdom. Do not run after fear. Walk after the light. I will not lead you into chaos. I will lead you out of it. I will not expose things to break you. I will expose them so you can be preserved, healed, and placed again on the path of peace. Remain alert, because I am speaking to you with love, and that love is protecting what I have placed in your life as precious. There are people, situation, and decisions around you that require discernment right now. And I do not want you to continue looking at everything as though it is harmless. My beloved child, I know you have a tender heart. I know you have tried to treat people kindly, even when they made you tired. Tried to be patient, even in circumstances that hurt you. He tried to trust even when a small voice inside you reminded you to slow down. Your goodness is precious. But goodness does not mean you must open the door for everything to enter your life. Patience does not mean you must endure things that repeatedly wear down your peace. And faith does not mean you must give trust to places that have never proven themselves truthful. I am calling you into a deeper level of alertness. This is not the time to live carelessly with the signs. This is not the time to convince yourself that everything is fine simply because you do not want to face the truth. There are things that look very normal on the outside, but when you come near, your heart is not at rest. There are conversations that sound light at first, but the tone underneath carries manipulation, jealousy, or an I'm pure intention. There are invitations that seem favorable but cause you to lose clarity. There are people who speak beautiful words, but the way they leave you feeling after each encounter is something you must not ignore. I placed the ability to recognize within you not so you would suspect everyone, but so you would not keep stepping into places that will wound you. You have many times ignored what you felt inside because you feared you were too sensitive. You thought perhaps you misunderstood. Perhaps you should give more chances. Perhaps you needed to be more forgiving. Perhaps you should not make a big deal out of it. But my child, not every uneasiness is weakness. Some uneasiness is a gentle warning. Some heaviness in your heart is the way I slow you down. Some repeated discomfort is a sign that something is not aligned with the peace I am placing within you. If you keep ignoring those signals, you will make yourself accustomed to crossing boundaries I raised to protect you. I do not want you to become hard, closed off, or cold. I do not want you to look at everyone with suspicion, but I want you to learn how to love while still having boundaries, to listen while still discerning, to forgive while not returning to the place that once exhausted you, to be kind while not handing the key to your heart to people who do not know how to value it. There is a difference between a pure heart and an unguarded heart. I want you to be pure, but I also want you to be wise. I want you to be generous, but not careless. I want you to be gentle, but not allow anyone to casually direct your life through their words, emotions, or pressure. At this time, pay attention to the small details. Pay attention to whether a person is consistent between their words and actions. Pay attention to whether you feel at peace or drained after being near them. Pay attention to whether conversations lead you into clarity or only make you more confused. Pay attention to whether a choice brings you closer to righteousness or forces you to compromise with what you know is not right. Pay attention to doors that open too quickly but lack peace. Pay attention to places where you must lose your voice in order to be accepted. I did not place these recognitions within you so you would ignore them, but so you would be kept from what does not belong to you. Obedience in this season will protect you. I may tell you to slow down when you want to move quickly. I may tell you to remain silent when you want to explain. I may tell you to step away from a conversation, a connection, a habit, or a direction you are still clinging to because it is familiar. You may not understand immediately, but trust that I see farther than you do. I see the end of paths when you have only seen the beginning. I see what is hidden behind smiles, promises, and opportunities that look attractive. I also see the good things waiting for you if you are brave enough not to cling to the wrong thing simply because you fear the emptiness in front of you. Do not let loneliness make you trust the wrong person. Do not let weariness make you accept a choice that lacks peace. Do not let your kindness be taken advantage of by people who only come when they need you, but do not value you when you need support. Do not let the past make you doubt what is good, but also do not let hope make you ignore the truth that is appearing. I will teach you that balance. I will help you no longer be pulled back and forth between fear and gullibility. I will place in you a gentle steadiness, so that you can say yes when I open the door and say no when I place a warning in your heart. Remember that your peace is precious. Do not give it away to unnecessary arguments. Do not place it under the feet of people who do not care about your well-being. Do not trade it to keep a place where you must constantly shrink yourself. I have returned you to peace through many seasons of testing, and I do not want you to let it be taken by things you could have recognized early. When you feel a pull back in your heart, stop. When you see something repeating in a way that weighs you down, ask me. When you are not sure, do not rush. Slowing down in my hands is not failure, many times. It is protection. My beloved child, I am leading you into a season where discernment will matter more than temporary emotion. Not everything that moves you emotionally comes from me. Not everything that looks attractive is appointed for you. Not everyone who speaks beautiful words has beautiful intentions. And not every open door is a door you should walk through. Let me teach you to recognize the marks of peace, truth, humility, and purity. What belongs to me will not force you to betray yourself. What I send will not require you to live in fear, guessing, or losing your dignity. What fits the path I have prepared for you will have clarity in my timing, even if at first it begins very gently. So listen more carefully in these days. Let your heart become less hurried. Observe without panic. Love without blindness. Forgive without reopening the doors I closed through mercy. Hold your boundaries calmly, not bitterly. I am near you, and I will not leave you to discern everything alone. If you ask, I will show you. If you wait, I will make things clear. If you obey, I will protect you. And if you are brave enough to trust the awareness I have placed within you, you will avoid the things that could shake your peace, while stepping closer into the clear, safe, and good path I have prepared for you. Let me tell you something extremely important. You are not ordinary, and you are not in this world by accident. My beloved child, let this word touch deeply the place in you that has grown weary from doubt. Perhaps there were seasons when you looked at yourself with overly harsh eyes, as though your life were only a chain of stumbles, delays, and disappointments. Perhaps you once wondered whether you truly carried any value, whether the things you went through had any meaning, whether your presence in this world was remembered at all. But I tell you that you were not created as something unnecessary. You are not an unnamed life drifting among the disruptions of existence. You are known by me, seen by me, called by name, and placed on this journey with a purpose deeper than what your eyes can currently see. I do not send reminders like this to you randomly. This is not a scattered coincidence, not a meaningless sound passing through the noises of life. This is an intentional touch, a call placed at the very moment your heart needs awakening. You have been sought by my love, not to be frightened, but to be drawn out of the fog that has tried to cover you for too long. There are things I place before you not because you happen to see them, but because I want you to recognize that I am still speaking, still leading, still opening the way. When you read these words and feel within your heart a stirring, a seriousness, a sense as though you yourself are being called by name. Know that this is not imagination. It is a sign that I am drawing near to you with mercy. You have been marked by grace, even in the times when your life looked like failure. I know there were days when everything around you seemed to testify against what I was saying. There were seasons when you looked at your circumstances and saw only closed doors, missed opportunities, fractured relationships, and prayers without answers. Perhaps you once thought that if you were truly loved, things would not have been this hard. If you were truly chosen, you would not have had to cry so much. If your life had purpose, you would not have felt lost for so long. But my beloved child, my grace does not disappear just because your circumstances become heavy. My mark upon you is not erased by the seasons when you feel weak. I still place my hand upon you even when you do not have enough strength to recognize it. The truth is that you are still here, still breathing, still searching for hope, and that is evidence that I have not given up on you. There were days when you thought you had reached the end, yet you still took one more step. There were nights when you thought you could not bear it anymore, yet morning still came, and you were still present. There were moments when your heart seemed emptied of faith, yet somewhere within you, there was still a tiny light refusing to go out. Do you think that is random? No. My beloved child, that is my keeping. That is my mercy surrounding you. That is my hand lifting you when your own strength was no longer enough. You survived things that were sent to break you, and that survival is not small. It is a sign that your story is not yet over. You will come to see why darkness tried so hard to make you collapse. You will understand why so many battles came to you too early. Why so much pressure weighed on you too heavily. Why so much pain tried to make you believe you were no longer worth rising again. Opposition has not targeted you because you are meaningless. It has opposed you because there is something valuable within you. There is a purpose I have placed in you, a light darkness does not want you to recognize. A testimony being formed from the very seasons you thought were only loss. If you were truly as ordinary as fear once told you, then so many things would not have tried to make you give up. If your life carried no meaning, darkness would not have tried so hard to pull you away from faith, away from peace, and away from my call. What lies ahead will cause every tear of yours to be redeemed by me with meaning. I am not saying the pain you went through was small. I am not telling you to forget the nights you cried, the times you were wounded, the moments when you felt abandoned in the storm. I saw it all, and I do not take any of it lightly. But I have the power to turn what once hurt you into soil where wisdom, mercy, and new strength can grow. I can cause the seasons when you thought you had lost everything to become the place where you learned that I was still near enough to keep you. I can make old wounds no longer be places that imprison you, but evidence that I know how to heal, restore, and rebuild what once seemed shattered. But you must not give up tonight. You must not ignore this word as though it were only a passing sound. You must not let weariness convince you that turning away is easier than staying. I know the darkness can make everything look more frightening. I know that when your heart is tired, doubt speaks louder. I know there are moments when you only want to let go. Not because you do not love me, but because you are too exhausted from continuing to believe when you have not yet seen what you have been waiting for. But my beloved child, do not let one heavy night decide your whole destiny. Do not let one painful season pull you away from the promise I planted. Do not let the darkness of the present make you forget that the dawn still belongs to me. Let Jesus lead you through this night, the night that was sent to make you think you would break. Let him take your hand when you no longer have enough strength to hold yourself. Let his presence go before you, lighting each step, calming the waves within your heart, and reminding you that you do not have to overcome everything alone. This night has no right to swallow you. This weariness has no right to define you. The lies in your mind have no right to rewrite what I have spoken about you. You belong to me. You are loved, with a love that does not withdraw. You are called by a name darkness cannot erase. You are held in a hand from which no power can snatch you away. So lift your head, even if tears are still there. Breathe deeply. Even if your heart is not completely calm, speak to me with your truth. Even if your prayer is only a whisper, I do not need you to be falsely strong. I only need you not to turn away from the one who comes to save you. I only need you to let me enter the place you have tried to carry by yourself for too long. I only need you to believe that if you are still here, then I am still working in you. Tonight is not your ending. This is where I begin to reveal that my grace is greater than brokenness. My love is deeper than fear, and the purpose I placed in you is stronger than everything that tried to stop you. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten, and you are not destined to collapse under the weight of this season. You are being called back to the light, back to life, back to the purpose that was placed within you long ago. Stay with me. Let this word anchor your heart in the dark night. Let the small hope still remaining within you be fanned by me into flame once again. Very soon, you will look back and understand that what was sent to break you became the place where I proved my strength within you. And when that day comes, you will not say that you overcame by yourself. You will know that I was the one who kept you, led you, loved you, and brought you out of the night by my merciful hand. This is a wake-up call for you, because you cannot continue walking in numbness and pretending that everything is fine while inside you have been weary for too long. I have seen the days when you lived as though you were still steady, but in truth your heart was drying up, your faith was being stretched, and your heart had endured more than you ever admitted. You tried to fill the emptiness with busyness, tried to soothe uneasiness with temporary things. You tried to tell yourself that everything would pass without needing to be faced. But I am calling you back, not with condemnation, but with the love of a father who has always kept a seat for you at the table. I have prepared blessings marked with your name, have kept good things for the right season. But you cannot continue ignoring this invitation as though it has nothing to do with your life. What I am allowing you to recognize is not meant to frighten you, but to prepare you before greater movements take place. There are clouds gathering in silence, pressures trying to form around you, and situations that, if you continue carelessly, will shake your heart. But my beloved child, storms do not frighten me. Great waves do not weaken my power. Fierce things may rise around you, but they cannot exceed my command. I am not asking you to fix everything by yourself before coming close to me. I am only asking you to trust me before everything becomes too heavy. Do not wait until your heart is shattered before seeking me. Open the door now, while I am still calling you with gentleness and urgency. Do you feel that prompting in your heart, that burning in your chest is not only anxiety, nor is it a passing emotion? It is sacred urgency shaking you awake, reminding you that it is time to pray, to return, to guard your home, your family, your heart, and the things I have entrusted to you. I do not want you to live in panic, but I want you to live with alertness. There are things you do not need to see fully in order to be protected from them. There are battles you do not need to enter by yourself, because I have already stood between you and what wants to harm you. Your part is to stay close to me, listen to me, and not delay when your heart already knows what needs to be done. I am not angry with you, nor am I disappointed in you. I am not standing far away to accuse you for the times you were weak. I am drawing near because I long to protect you. My love is greater than every threat, stronger than every voice that once told you it was too late, that you had missed the moment, and that your story could no longer change. I am the one who holds the beginning and the end of your life. The past has no right to decide the final chapter. And fear is not allowed to write over what I have appointed. You have come close to a breakthrough, and that is why you need to stand firmer, become more alert, and connect more deeply with me. The closer you come to what I promised, the more you need to guard your heart from distraction. Therefore, this word has come to you not by coincidence. Heaven is reminding you that you are chosen, protected, loved, and that I am still covering you with my light.